did you notice that you get triggered usually about the same things? It can be that your friend didn't respond to your text message, or that you're going on a date and something suddenly makes you so stiff and you just cannot be yourself. Well, there's a big chance that the reason for all of that are your schemas. But what even is a schema? Think about it as a lens that you develop in early childhood when your emotional needs are not met. And the child has a lot of emotional needs: a need for safety, a love, attachment, safety boundaries, and for play. Um, if one of your caregivers is not able to provide those needs, then we develop schemas. And the schema affect the way we see ourselves, the way we see the world, people, friends, and attachment, the way we function in relationships. It is a lens. It distorts our perception. So, where does the schemas come from? Well, they usually come from your childhood. But this isn't another story that you had a horrible childhood. Nothing big had to happen for you to develop schemas. You didn't have to be overly criticized, or you didn't have to have extreme chaos from your parents, and um, abuse didn't have to be involved. So you didn't have to experience trauma with capital T. Schemas can be developed if a parent is maybe busy or quiet or not present or just emotionally flat and cannot give you this delight a child needs sometimes. A parent that make a child feel that they're the most important thing in the whole world. Not every parent have it in them, and some children they just need it. Um, so this is where they come from. They come from childhood. At the same time, it's not only about your experiences in childhood. Your temperament here also affects schemas and also affects the way you would react when schema gets triggered. So, how the schemas actually look like? And this part is a part where people usually say, oh, this is so much about me. So, we have 18 to 21 schemas, depending on which research we are following. But the most well known and the most mentioned is abandonment schema. An abandonment schema is a feeling that people will leave us, they will be gone one way or another, and we cope with it either by deeply attaching to them and being maybe needy, or by trying to leave them before they can leave us. And of course, there are a lot of different ways. Those are just two examples. Um, Another schema that is well known and described is defectiveness schema, feeling that something is wrong with me, and if someone will get close enough to me to really see it, they will get to know how wrong am I and they will leave. Another schema that is quite known, especially in Polish community, is emotional deprivation. So not enough of appreciation and being seen and being loved and being hugged and security and attachment. Feeling that your parent is there, stable, and love you all the time. Um, Another one that is worth mentioning is mistrust. And mistrust is the one that is usually connected with trauma, with being deeply hurt in childhood. But as everything, it doesn't have to be always very, very intense. And here people really stay guarded. They rarely show themselves to their friends or family or loved ones. And they try to guard themselves and protect. And as the side effect, they never feel really seen. And then failure schema is feeling that everyone else is doing better than us, better lives, better careers, and that we're going nowhere. And then we also have unrelenting standard schema, So just feeling that we never do anything good enough and that rest is not for us. Why schemas are so sticky? Well, this part is a little bit cruel. So schemas are self-perpetuating. We naturally would not want to feel abandoned or defective. Um, but schemas is so powerful that once they're created in childhood and those neural connections are created as well, then we seek situations that would confirm them in a way. And that happens in a very intuitive way. For example, we're drawn to unavailable people, and then the emotional deprivation schema is confirmed. Or we feel like a failure and we have a failure schema, and we avoid jobs that are exciting for us just not to feel another failure, and we never fully go into what we want. So, look, if you recognize yourself in any of this, that's not bad news. That's actually good news because only if you know the schema, you can name it and categorize them, you can actually do something about it. And in the next video, I will be talking more in depth about certain schemas, and later in the series, I will talk about tools that we can do to be more aware of them and to start working on them a little bit. So stay tuned.